Hi, everybody. Bob Gold here with another episode of Words to Lift By. And Sid Wagner, Chris Church, you are my inspiration of who I want to be and what you've accomplished. Sid and I grew up in the same town, Malvern, New York, literally like 2.5, 3 blocks from each other, and we never knew each other. It was a Sid on Sydney Avenue, and I was a Bob Gold on Silver Street. And yet we met here in California. And Sid and my sister Karen were in the same class and yet didn't know each other, public school back then. It took growing up, moving to Los Angeles to find each other. And of course, Sid found Chris Church about 10 years ago, and they've been together. They're an amazing couple. And Chris is phenomenal. You know, we all have things that we've wanted to do and never got to. And Chris always wanted to be a writer. And finally, he said, gosh darn it, I'm just going to sit down and do it. And in 5 years, this man has written 22 novels, and he's still going. And I will tell you that Chris Church has become my favorite author. I have to keep one of his books on my bedside table and read it before going to bed. And I'm struggling to keep up with his output. And if you want to discover something wonderful, by anything by Chris Church. So Ryan Ashley is my cohort in Asheville, North Carolina, who types poems on 100-year-old Smith and Corona typewriters. And Ryan, what did you get inspired by about this amazing couple, Sid and Chris?
So, Bob, I mean, what's not to be inspired by what you shared of these two amazing people who I feel like I know, but I don't actually know. I'm just finishing up this poem here. There was so much romanticism, just so much beauty in the tale of Sid and Chris. I felt like I needed a bigger piece of paper, but I think I did a pretty good job of summing it up poetically as possible. Let me just finish this up, and then we'll get it read out loud to you all. All right. Sid and Chris, your poem looks like this. On that beautiful and perfected typewriter font. I'm sure Chris can appreciate that at the very least, but here is the poem for Sid and Chris, inspired by Bob Gold. From silver to gold, a Sid raised on Sydney, who holds the hands of a man with fingers soft, from the pages turn of 22 books and counting. You both dream in desert skies of warm homes, told poetically with biblical trees that breathe magic, bold in love, brave in lessons learned from the past. It is in the romance of the clear Mojave skies, driving the dream warmly with enchanted eyes. Ah, such solace seduces you, as you always remember to look down at those tender hands held, whispering yes from tender lips that always kiss each other goodnight, softly, knowing that the beauty that remains is the precious dance of two beating hearts.
Wow. Well, Sid, Chris, I know you've just built a house in Joshua Tree, and you are out there sharing in this beautiful acreage that surrounds you, of the mountains and the openness and the Joshua trees that are there. And I'm sending a big hug and kiss to both of you. At some point, I look forward to the time when we can physically have dinner together and just share face to face in the revelry of our friendship. Until then, Bob Gold saying, find your own words to lift by and share them with others. Chris, as I know you do every day. Thanks so much, and we'll see you soon.